Hi everybody, this is Anna Feleo and this is Anthony Vincent Bova. Welcome to Acting, Life and Everything in Between. So, from our last podcast, that last topic gave birth to this new topic that we just thought about a few seconds ago.
I'm not feeling fulfilled anymore. I want to stop.
This goes for actors, passionate actors who are trying to get in the business, trying to get a good break, trying to be noticed for their talents. And also those who have been in the business doing 80,000 hours, of nonstop work, and God bless them, but they feel burnt out. And both kinds of actors have this urge to just quit, to stop, because it's not filling them up anymore.
It's hard. Let's talk about both of them. The ones that are working nonstop, usually they're feeling like their instrument isn't respected. They're like just fast food, especially if you're doing countless sequences in a day, you're just in and out. And sometimes the material is not fulfilling.
Yeah.
And they're like, how many times do I have to just say that one? They're
I've done this 30,000 times with 30,000 different co-actors. Or not just that, they are molded, or their image needs to be the cookie cutter leading man, to be the perfect boyfriend.
So what do you do with that? And the other one I just want to bring up is, what do you do when you're trying and you're trying and you're trying and you're trying, but you can't get the break to start working? And you're putting out. And no matter what you do, you can't get work. You're not getting work. That's when you can't. You're not getting work. You're not getting the recognition. You're not getting it. So your whole life is about trying to get work. It's not even about working. Let me start with the ones that you're just not getting a break. You're not getting work. I gotta digress. I have to go backwards a minute, all right? Because as I think about this, it's not a clean one-shot answer. It used to, when I was younger, it used to be, don't give up.
Muscle through it,
which I actually still I feel that way, but in a different lens. But it was all about, keep trying, keep making the sacrifices, right? It was like that. As I get older, it's it's the same in one respect, but different in another. And it's more of, how do you put your head most comfortable to the pillow at night? And I say that because I know a lot of working actors that are doing very well who do not put their head comfortable to the pillow at night.
Yeah.
What brings you peace in your life? Is it only being a working actor? Is that the only thing that'll bring you peace? I could promise you it's not. It's what truths do you have to live by? That's what I'm really fighting for. What truths do you have to live by? When you live by your truth, even if you fail, if you could put your head peaceful to the pillow at night, there's a lot to be said for that. Some people don't have much of an option, and I know this sounds limiting, but they have to take care of their grandmother. They have to take care of their mom or their dad, or their son, or their daughter, or their husband, or their wife. They have to, in the moment. That's what you have to do. If that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. And that's, in my opinion, much more integrity, putting your head peaceful to the pillow, although maybe frustrated that you don't have a creative outlet, that you're not working, that you're not in the game, as they say, and you're not maybe relevant in the field at that moment. But when you really live with integrity, nothing can substitute that. Nothing. So I ask you the question, the people that are trying. I could tell you what happened with me, if it helps. I was an actor. I was started off I call my first career musical theater, and then I was acting for a bit, and I wasn't working. I wasn't working. And I couldn't get work. I'm like, I'm talented. Why aren't I getting work? And I realized I was really getting in my own way. And I said, geez, I'm really getting in my own way. And then I asked more, why am I getting in my own way? And then it occurred to me, I really didn't want it that much. I didn't need it. I didn't want it that much. My ego wanted it. You know, at the time, this is years ago, at the time, I thought I was a failure if I wasn't
A working actor.
a working actor working towards being a household name. I thought, like, that's where my ego was. I'm not beating myself up too much, but it's where it was. And then once I got like, it's my ego that needs this, needs to be the working actor. I need to be an artist. That's what I need to be. I need to be a creator, a creative person. I need to be helping people. That's what I need as I've searched in my life. So once I've learned, for me, I always say, this is just my stuff, doesn't need to be yours, that it was my ego that wanted, I was able to go, wow, now really, what brings some level of fulfillment? And it was being an artisan. I'm gonna go to my deathbed being an artisan, and it's perhaps in this way and in related ways. Maybe it's gonna be writing a book, maybe whatever that is. So if you have to make sacrifices, and many of you do, honor it. Believe it or not, that will many times get you further than not making the sacrifices, that whether it's taking care of someone else or whatever that might be. Maybe it's working at a job you don't want to be at. Maybe, I don't know. You want to say, what level of integrity can you live by knowing you're doing your best in your truth? That's going to get you further than saying, screw everyone, screw everything. I'm not going to stop until I'm a working actor, because I'm telling you, that's not the answer. It's usually not the answer. It's usually a great Band-Aid though, because if you hit it, it feeds your ego and it feeds your pocketbook or your pocket or your wallet. But if it's ego alone, it doesn't work. It doesn't.
It's a trap, and it spirals you down because it's very addicting. And coming from the other end, someone who teaches, someone who helps people get work also, I have to piggyback on the integrity of, I am an artist, I am an artisan. That's how I value myself. So whether or not I have work today or tomorrow, I still roll the way I roll because I have pride in my art. Because if you're leaning towards the ego, people can smell that also. And it repels those who really want to help you.
You're right.
If you have so much integrity and pride in your work and dignity in your work, I strongly believe that the right people will resonate towards you to help you.
And just to piggyback on that one, if you have integrity, even in yourself, maybe you're not a crafts expert yet, right? Let's say you're starting out, but if you really take pride in your humanity of who you are as a human being, as opposed to, I'll do anything for a line, I'll do anything for a job, this desperateness of just, I gotta be in front of the spotlight. Where's my angle? That.
As a human being, that's the key. Can I tell an anecdote?
Of course.
Between the two of us.
Where's this gonna go?
No, because the human being was that key thing that pushed a button right now. I remember the first time, 2015, I came here because I wanted to, to be independently going to a Train the Trainer program by Anthony in that same system of work that we do. And I made sure I knew my thing. I made sure I knew everything there is to know about my work, about
She was good.
now you say that. But no, but I wanted to make sure that because I'm also carrying my mother's name, my father's name.
Sure.
So I wanted to make sure that when I came here, I knew my thing. I knew my system. So I went to you for a good few months, 3 months, two,
Yeah,
three
yeah.
months, right? And attended all your classes and made sure that I didn't waste my money, my very, very hard earned money in his classes. And in the beginning I was intimidated really because it was an international class. You had Russians, you had Latinos, you have Europeans, you had New Yorkers who have like they're pretty strong
Yeah.
and very
Tough personalities.
tough
Yeah.
personality, strong.
So what are
and,
you gonna
and,
do?
and opinionated. Like I came to class and they were like they started like sharks, like hello to my classmates.
How
But
long have you been here?
yeah, exactly. Like so, how long have you been studying with Anthony? Like that. I've been studying. It's like grade school. No, seriously, because that was so new to me. We don't do that in the Philippines because we were,
Yeah,
very
yeah. That's great.
shy people. But like, how long have you studied? Have you been studying with Anthony? I've been studying with him for 2 years. I've stopped working and concentrating on being an actor for the last 6 months, like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
intense, right? So like,
It's
but
funny.
I made sure, like when Anthony said, "Who wants to work?" I raised my hand. And I gave it all in all my exercises. Gave it all consistently until the very last day. You know where this is going?
Well, it wasn't the last day, was it?
It was the last day. It was the last day.
Oh.
And then I asked you, so could I get the very shy Feleo said, could I get a feedback of my work these past months and what you think of my work?
But I've been giving you feedback the whole time.
You were, but the final, like the assessment for the whole thing.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Of course, you were giving me immediately after my exercise. You would give me feedback.
Yeah.
Like the final, like I asked for
Yeah.
assessment.
Yeah.
In the Philippines, we call it assessment.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he said, "This is in connection with a humanity, with a human being having integrity." I said, "How did I do?" And then he said, Anna, you're a professional." So I was like, whew, yes, you're a professional. You know this work like the back of your hand.
You were taught.
You were taught well,
Yeah.
really well. You know this work like the back of your hand.
She did. She was good.
Like I was like, yeah. Okay. But that's how I see you. That's all. You're a professional. I don't see your humanity, Anna. Who are you? Because even if I have a casting director with me right now, that casting director wouldn't know where to place you because there's no humanity. It's just a professional actor doing her job. Who are you? And that hit me so hard because, yeah, that was
That hurt.
that hurt because I did,
Yeah.
I spent all my money from my past soaps just for this trip. And then that was the feedback, right? No, it was painful, but I needed it. And I didn't stop until working on myself until I found myself not hiding behind the professional and really having pride and integrity in my humanity and my self-worth.
Nice.
Regardless if I'm imperfect, I make mistakes even in this podcast. My English is not like that, but I have this awareness now of how much I should have integrity in my humanity, how much pride I should have for taking care of myself and my individuality, my freedom.
Self-acceptance.
Yeah.
Notice I didn't say self-love. That could be difficult. But self-acceptance is a start.
Yeah.
And then you can get to self-love if you're not loving yourself all that much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that was a hard feedback, but I carried that with me, and I even, I tell it to my actors a lot, because sometimes, that again, you say self-acceptance, we lose it along the way. This business is hard. The show business, the politics behind it, the demands, the physical, emotional, and psychological demands. It's very easy to lose that integrity.
I love, there's a little clip out of Jim Carrey doing an acceptance thing. Either an acceptance award or he was giving someone else an award kind of thing. And he stands up and he says, "I'm Jim Carrey." And then he goes on to, "When I go to sleep at night, I'm not just Jim Carrey. I'm two-time Golden Globe winner, Jim. And everyone starts to laugh. "When I dream, I don't dream like anyone else. I dream of being 3-time." Right? And everyone's laughing. And then he goes on, I'm not doing any justice to this, but then he goes, "Until I realized it's not enough." You know what I mean? And he keeps going and going. What's the point, and why am I saying that? He's not even acting these days.
He's retired.
He's retired. He's not an old guy. He's just saying, enough. I'm okay. He could afford it to say I'm okay, but I'm okay. I'm enough. And he even talks, look up his interviews, I find him fascinating, especially at this stage of his life. He's like, you're going to find one of the few celebrity actors or whatever he calls himself that will actually say, I'm enough, I don't need to do more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. Listen and watch the second part of this episode next week on acting, life, and everything in between.